finishing off the lining and it's not quite level, so I'm just going to pack it out with a couple of bits of wood on each side. Shouldn't really make much difference other than to level out the cladding when it goes on, but not by much, to be honest. I needed to countersink a few of the screw heads, but I'm going to try the cladding on while I've got you. This is the second attempt, and the first attempt was to try and figure out where to make my cuts for the water pipes below the sink. Okay, it's looking better, it's feeling better. Can't put that up yet, but I've got these ready to go. Make that work. It's so close. I can almost taste it. This side just slides in behind the. Oh, look at that. Okay. A temporary stopper. I of course can't attach that at the top just yet. I've still got this gap to consider. It's millimetres out. Okay, it's not glued in, but it's as good as it gets without being glued in. I obviously need to tank the ply behind to waterproof it, and then paint at least the edges of the wood everywhere white to waterproof them as much as possible. My doors on this one don't overlap in the way they did on Walt, so there will be water ingress, which means I need to waterproof it as much as possible. Still a bit of trimming to be done, but it's within a few mil, and I'm going to have to run a fairly large bead up the side there, if that's okay. Just need to get the shower tray in. I've got to scribe the side panel next to the curve, and I hope this works well once it's finally fitted. It's pretty tight, pretty snug. Well, you've just missed the first test fitting of the cheap Formica 8 by 2 sheet that I bought, and I'm pissed off because it cracked. It's so snug behind the pleather, the kitchen pleather, the control panel pleather, that it snapped when I was pulling it back out. I mean, you know, you can conceal that, I suppose, somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to treat it as fate and just decide that this wasn't the right colour and go from there, find something else. 35 quid down the drain. Bummer. One last thing to do before closing this up, hopefully for the last time, although I think I have just noticed a leak, which is annoying, is to cut the hot and cold pipes to plumb in the taps of the sink. These are the pipes from the water pump to the shower head. So that's the next job before the wall can be sealed up and painted. Trying to keep on top of the filming, but progress seems to be fits and starts, and you know, want to cover the bits that are relevant and important. And I'm still sort of going through my original tick list slowly, buying stuff that I can afford when I can afford it. One of the things that is nearly finished now is the shower room. I say nearly because actually I'm yet to fit the cladding, which is cut and ready to go. and I'm yet to fit the shower tray, which I haven't ordered yet, and I still need to buy the water tanks, but you get the idea of the space now. The walls are tanked, ready to be clad in the 2mm hygienic cladding. I put some lighting in, and some recessed LEDs at the top there, which throw a sort of, an ambient light, which would be quite nice for evenings, I would imagine. It just needs to be attached properly at the top there, and there'll be a mirror below that light there. The cupboards are pretty much done. I've left the peel away stuff on for now just to protect it. They should disappear with a little bit of work once the rest of the cladding is on the wall. The sink is operational. I'm just going to pop in and pick up a little latch mechanism that I've seen in Screwfix, which will hold it up in place, and then there's the little stopper on the side there, and the pipe work is in place and hopefully operational. I'm not actually going to attach the cladding until I've tested the water tank and connected up all the rest of the water supplies, because once the wall's on you ain't getting behind there. And another job nearing completion is the dinette seats at the front here. My foam arrived today. I'll drop a link in the description to the suppliers. I think they've given me exactly what I needed. It is quite firm, but I think that'll be good for long journeys. It may not be quite so comfortable for a bed. He's suggesting the same foam, 4-inch thick foam for the bed base, but I think that'll be too solid. I might go for a 3+1 memory foam base for the back. It'd be good if it was only 4 inches, because it does take up quite a bit of space. And I've been testing it with Lola today to see that we've got enough leg room when we're sat here together in dinette mode. She's got plenty of space behind the driver's seat when everything's facing the right way. And in fact, you would get 2 adults in here, and it's partly because I've left this recess in the side here for the blind in the window, which was good forethought. But yeah, you could get 2 people, 2 adults belted side by side here at a squeeze. And the bed base itself is working well, as well as those legs on the front, which are now notched into the front of the seat base itself. I've got some runners underneath to secure this side of the top of the bed to this bed base when the rest of the bed base is out on that side, and of course the cushions here on the back go down to make the rest of the bed, which goes all the way across the van to the sliding door. So that all worked really well. Lots of measurement. I don't have the lining in on this side yet because I've got to put the water filler in, so there's a chance I'll need to do a bit more fettling, but overall things are cracking on quite nicely. So let's do a bit more. What's next? Oh yeah, I'm going to put some RGB LEDs in. I'll be told off if I don't. They'll just be remote control ones, but I'm going to put them around the van and connect them up. I've got to run another cable under the floor, which is going to be interesting because it's an RGB one, which means there's four strands. I think I've left enough space, but it'll involve a bit of fishing. Yeah, let's have a go at that. I just realised I haven't shown you the worktop that I've put down. Ordered on a whim, and because it was cheap for what it is, it's 0.8mm Formica with a wood grain effect. It is only an effect, I think, but it's nice hard wearing Formica, and it's cut to fit really nicely. 8 foot long exactly, 2 foot wide. I just need to put a little bit extra of the 15mm ply under that side, because it's nice that it's almost flush to the door. I don't want to cut a bigger gap there, so it'll stay 2 feet wide exactly. It has cracked in a couple of spots on the back there, really annoying, but you know, it's snug. I don't know if those cracks will be noticeable to the untrained eye, but I was kind of taking it as a sign that I might go for a different 8x2 cut. It's not attached because I still need to cut the flip top at the back there, and I've got to paint this whole side still, so there's a bit more work to do before I contact adhesive it down. But it's a lovely long run, full length of the van. Makes it feel very spacious. Got to put the hob in at the end there. Sink goes in here above the drawers, and then the rest is going to be open worktop, so it will give the illusion of continued illusion of space. Worktop is coming along. Just doing some laminating with Formica in the garage. Just put down some more edge banding, and I'm starting attaching the under worktop lighting, which is I'm just staple gunning it down. Need to hammer these in the hope that it'll stay uniform and look smart underneath the lip of the counter. Okay, kitchen worktops, again not very often documented, or certainly I've not seen them, the builds of the worktop documented very often, because obviously to keep weight down you still need to do something light, and I just It's like Christmas. Woohoo!
Ecstasy, Suicidal Idol on the official shop. And hello to we've got Adam and Liv. They are on the M62.
Alright, edge banding and chamfering with my plunger router. I've stuck with the 15mm ply that I've used for all my furniture, the lightweight poplar stuff. It's obviously thinner than standard Worktop, but lighter. I waterproofed partly around the sink cutout using just a yacht varnish, and into the cut for the knock-in T-edging as well, to make sure that as much as possible everywhere around at least the sink aperture is sealed. And then I've stuck a matte-ish Formica to the top with contact adhesive, impact adhesive. It's a lovely piece. I was hoping to do one 8-foot long by 2-foot wide piece, but it hasn't quite worked out that way. And then round the edges I've ironed on, that's the only dodgy bit. I've ironed on edge banding, 15mm birch ply, and then gone round with a trimmer, this thing here, which just strips off the excess of the edging, and then gone round with a file, this, and sandpaper, and just tidied it up as much as possible. I don't even think I'm going to paint it actually, but it's been a lot of work, and actually I need to go back over with the iron to make sure that it's stuck down wherever it should be. There are parts you can see there, for example, where it's blowing, so that's not, the adhesive's not properly melted and made contact with the wood ply edge underneath. But I like the finish and I like how it looks at this stage. I'm going to go and fit it into the van and take a few photos with it installed.